you like spending money? Clearly not.
Not particularly.
I heard a story that you wanted to buy a watch, and at this point, you'd sold millions of albums, and you wanted to buy a watch.
I know the story.
Is that true? You called up your manager to see if you could afford to buy the watch?
Yeah. I think it was a Rolex. Was it a Rolex? It was a Rolex. And I asked him, could I afford it? Because they make fun of me for it, but I'm for real. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, this is the whole money thing. All that stuff was brand new to me.
So what are you wearing right now?
This is a G-Shock.
A G-Shock.
It's probably about $100.
Yo, what up, YouTube? Welcome to Sinn-Take, man. My name is Jason, coming back with another one, man. And in that clip, right, you got Eminem, you know what I mean? The multi-million fucking platinum copy selling fucking rapper, one of the best to ever do it, you know? Called his manager up, man. Yeah, in that clip, you got old boy ask him, like, man, is it true? You called your manager up and asked him if you could afford a watch. And by the way, if you caught that party, this was after selling millions and millions of copies of his album. You know what I'm saying? In your mind, you're going to think, of course you could buy that fucking watch. What are you talking about? But like he said, he was new to the whole money thing. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't know for sure if he could afford the watch, you know? But it's funny, though, because he asked him, so what's that you got on right now? He said G-Shock, you know what I mean? And I know quite a few people, you know what I mean, that got G-Shocks. They got, there's expensive G-Shock watches, and there are some that you can afford. There's affordable ones too, But it's crazy. You see a superstar like Eminem, and this is later. This is like now, you know what I'm saying? So motherfucker really got money now. I mean, really got money. To where, of course, obviously, he know his worth now, and he's well off in the bag. He got his shit. Obviously he's taking care of his money. But even then, with all that being said, after millions and millions and millions, in his case, hundreds of millions of dollars later, he still has on a G-Shock watch worth $100. Okay, and that says a lot. You know what I mean? That says a lot because he know his worth. At this point, he know his worth. But even then, he won't do something as stupid as buying or spending a shit ton of money on a watch. Even though he knows, he got it. But really, what reason would he have to spend a ridiculous amount of money on a watch? And some of y'all, really, you gotta ask yourself this, because Eminem has money and he still won't go crazy. A lot of y'all, especially in our community, we don't even be having the money and we'll still buy dumb shit and spend it recklessly. We'll still buy dumb shit and spend our money reckless just to keep up with the Joneses. Meanwhile, you got motherfucking Mark Zuckerberg. You never see him dressed in any type of way. You never see him iced out. You never see him wearing fancy shades or anything like that. Rich as fuck. Billionaire. You see Bill Gates. You never see him wearing anything fancy. You know what I mean? Billions of dollars. Just don't mean much to him. It's nothing. But us who don't even have anywhere near what those guys have, we the ones super iced out. I'm starting to notice Jay-Z. He be around all these rappers with all his jewelry on and shit like that. And Jay-Z, the richest motherfucker in the room, has on no jewelry. He has on no jewelry. It's pointless to him. And that's no shot at the rappers that's around him. You know what I mean? Because they gotta, once upon a time, Jay-Z was like them. He was iced out. You know what I mean? But the point is that, if me personally, right, I don't come from money. Obviously, I don't come from money, right? So if I was ever to get it, it's like at this point, it's like at this point, why would I need to go do a bunch of things that I'm not even into right now, like getting so caught up into jewelry and ice and diamonds and how, you know what I mean, and princess cuts and briquettes, and why would I get into all of that okay, obviously I can't afford it now, but just because I can afford it, if I was to get the bag, that doesn't mean I'm gonna go jack off a bunch of money on it. It will mean nothing to me. If I got to that point to get the money without it, why would I need it then? You know what I'm saying? Let alone not even have the money and then spend and act and look as if I do. You know what I mean? That's where we get it fucked up in the hood. You know what I mean? Because we just gotta keep up and have the shit that rich motherfuckers have. Why must we have what rich motherfuckers have? And even then, the motherfuckers that we even be thinking is rich, they be renting they shit. They be renting that shit. And it's so crazy, right? It's so crazy, right? Like a lot of the rappers, I'm 37, right? So a lot of the rappers that I grew up on, because I'm an 80s baby. A lot of the rappers that I grew up on that you know, throughout the 90s and the early 2000s and shit like that. A lot of these guys used to be iced the fuck up. You know what I mean? And then you see some of these guys still signing to labels, and, you know, some of them down bad, some of them not selling no more, some of them still getting signed to other people's labels. And then you got to ask yourself, why at this point are you still signing to people? What did you do with your money? Or when you see people broke, even athletes, when you see athletes broke as fuck, you got to ask, like, yo, what did you do with your money? You know what I'm saying? When you see Terrell Owens and when you see some of these people that filed for bankruptcy, these athletes that had all of this money, Adrian Petersons and shit like that, these guys still playing, still trying to play because they have no choice. They signing 1-year deals here and there just so they could play. You know what I mean? Because they done jacked off so much money on bullshit, bad investments, real estate that they can't afford, and they trying to still keep up and live how they once did when they had the bag. We have to be smarter. We have to be smarter. You know what I mean? Because a lot of us, like I always tell y'all gonna be successful one day. I'm gonna be successful one day. We working on this shit as we speak. As I sit here and speak, we working on being successful. We gotta be smart, man. We gotta be smart. What's the point of us? Yeah, you know what? Do something that you like. Get something that you want. You know what I mean? Enjoy the spoils, the fruits of your labor, and the spoils of war. But goddamn, don't go crazy. Don't go spending money before you have it. Don't go getting all these extravagant things that depreciate. Invest. Invest. Save. And it was funny. I was laughing with my homeboy the other day. Like, we was asking, like, yo, so what would you do if you got a shit ton of money or hit the lottery or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't know what they'd do if they was ever to win or earn a shit ton of money. You know, a lot of people don't know what they'd do. A lot of people don't even know what they'd do if they even had $100,000. A lot of people don't know what they'd do if they even had, you know, shit, $50,000. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay, right? You don't know what you would do, that's fine. But if you don't know what you're gonna do, you know, you don't have a plan yet, then guess what? You have the right to save it. You have the right to save that money. You have the right to put it in a bank account, right? You could put that money in a bank account, right? And if you put it in the right bank account, that money will continue to grow within it. So you will be making money while it's sitting. You know what I mean? Just because you don't know what you're going to do with the money doesn't mean that you got to go out there and buy dumb shit with it. That don't mean you got to go out there and get iced out and buy these cars and buy these houses and buy all of this dumb shit that you can't keep up with. You have no plan yet of how you're going to make more money. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be smart. A lot of us going to be successful. We got to start thinking about these things and have a plan devised. I'm not saying all of us is going to be filthy rich, but if we're going to be successful, that means we're going to have money. That means we're going to have some type of income. We're going to have streams of revenue. So with that being said, that we're going to have streams of revenue, we got to know what to do with that shit. The hard part is keeping that money. The hard part is keeping it. We can spend it on dumb shit all day, but the tough part is keeping the money. We have to have a plan on how we going to keep this money and continue to help this money grow. We want generational wealth. We don't want to be fucking old, still trying to pick up the pieces and down on our last buck when we didn't have a shit, when we didn't touch the million. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us that ain't gonna even realize it in this lifetime. We all gonna touch $1 million. We all gonna touch $1 million. It just ain't gonna be in a lump sum. So we gotta get smarter. That's what I wanted to tell y'all. That's what this message is about. We got to get smarter with our money. Like Eminem, he took care of his money. You don't see him looking to sign with anybody, do you? He have his own label. But you got all these rappers that was out when he was out and came out after he was out, you know, that had the same bag that or close to it or what he was having, and they still signing the labels. They still playing catch up. They music ain't selling now. They down on their luck. What did they do with their money? What did they do? We can't end up like that. If we get the money, we need to know what we gonna do with the bag. And guess what? If we don't know, we gonna stack that shit. We gonna save it. Not do dumb shit. All right? We gotta change this shit in a community, in a black community. We gotta change this shit in the hood. We gotta change this shit all around as a people. We do dumb shit. That's why them Arabs and them calling us liquid money, because it just flows through our hands. And it goes straight to everything else, everybody else, but our community. It don't get saved. We too busy competing and trying to do better than each other. We too busy competing with each other. So we got to do better, man. And that's my word. Real talk. All right? My name Jason. Y'all already know it's Sinn-Take. Holla at y'all later, man. Peace.
First I'ma get on my grind, then second stop wasting my time on shit less important. If ain't about money, I'm going the other direction. And third, I'ma do what I gotta to eat. Fourth, I'ma sew up the streets. Fifth, I'ma never quit dropping this heat. So as long as I'm breathing, you better get used to me. Sixth, I'ma get